Hello everyone and welcome back to Brick Rigs. I'm here in the beta of Brick Rigs, which adds on a few new things to the various maps and gives us a new map and some new colours. But that's not what we're looking at, and also a new garage design. But that's not what we're looking at. Some people will remember this. It is the zombie bus that I made, aka the battle bus. It is my most popular vehicle on the workshop right now. With around 1,200 current subscribers to it, which is a lot. It was my first vehicle to break the 1,000 subscribers mark, which is very nice. I was very pleased about that because I did put a lot of work into this battle bus, as I refer to it now, with the what was effectively the beta of my spaced armor here, all around it, and it was just a monster thing to do, and it's a monster to actually go against as well, because it's got all this detail inside. You know, you've got beds and all sorts stuffed up here, and you've got stuff on top and ladders, and it's a multi-purpose vehicle, and people seem to like it, and I can understand why, with the scoop down front and all of the armor on the side. And this is my most popular vehicle, but there is something which I very recently uploaded. It's been about 5 days now since I uploaded it to the workshop, and it is hot on the heels of the battle bus, and I will show it to you. This is the Battletruck. Technically, it's the zombie truck and trailer. However, it is hot on the heels of the battle bus. As you can see, here's the original battle bus, looking all very nice. Here's the truck, and with a lot of these zombie vehicles, I make them unique. I give them a unique, zombie scoop for the most part. They have unique sets of abilities and how they look and what's inside them. And this is something that I'd been wanting to do for a while, basically since I'd made the original 1960s truck and trailer. I wanted to make a zombie version of it because, it's a perfect platform. A massive truck is going to be a very popular thing to have in the zombie apocalypse, just because of how big it is and the amount of stuff you can use it for, transport, living in, all sorts and all sorts of stuff. And so I eventually got round to making this. This is the Battletruck. I just sat down and I worked on it for a good long time, changed around everything that I needed, added everything that I wanted, and this is the Battletruck. It's been up for about a week, 5 days, something like that. It's got about 280 subscribers. Even the battle bus didn't pick up that many in its first week of being uploaded. I don't think it had quite a few once it was uploaded, but as you can see, here's the scale of it. So here's the bus, which in bus scale, compared to other Brick Rig buses, isn't actually that big, even for a double-decker bus. Oh, it's quite top-heavy. No, the battle bus. Oh, well. I went over the ridge. But yeah, so the battle bus, it was my most popular vehicle, and it will be for a little bit longer. However, I feel that after the battle truck has been up for a bit, the battle bus will not be king of my zombie creations, or indeed my workshop. Here's the size difference, and as you can see, the truck is a lot bigger. And let's go into a rundown of the truck now, as I just remove the bus in order to save frames. There we go. So starting up from the front, as you can see, these are counter-rotating blades. Completely automatic. They run continuously until the actuator breaks. You can kind of stop it by looking over it and holding like Q, but otherwise they'll just continuously counter-rotate. As you can see, they'll just counter-rotate all the time. And they're stuck out the front of the battle truck because, I thought of giving it a scoop, and then I thought, you know what? Blades would be quite fun, so I made a disc of death. I was originally going to have it sort of mounted directly under the truck and sort of having it jutting out halfway, but then I thought, you know what? Let's just build a steel thing out front. So, yeah, 2 counter-rotating discs. This is how tall they are compared to me, a regular-sized person, but compared to the zombie models that I've got over there, they are at exactly head and leg height. As you can see, this is more sort of torso and knee height for an actual brick rig person, but for the purpose of the zombies over there, it is perfectly in line with their head and their knees. So yeah, pretty dangerous. The bodywork, pretty rusty. Not all the lights work. Some of the lights are missing, as you can see, for example, where that's missing. Pretty rusty and everything. The mirrors have survived remarkably. It's got a lowerable sort of riot shield, like the military riot police and other factions use, so you can lower this over the front windscreen, because I thought I would go with bars, but I did bars in the back, and I thought, you know what, would look cooler just having a mesh that would sort of drop down and protect the cab. So there's that. Pretty rusty on top. Salvaged military turret, doesn't pop up. However, it is rotatable 360 degrees. I believe it's minus 30 degrees elevation downwards and 20 degrees upwards, so you can shoot high and low as you like, and it's a twin machine gun because, well, it's a Battletruck in it. If we look inside of the cab here, you've got, of course, the regular lights and things, and in the back, space has been made. It no longer has the mini fridge, nor does it have the, just the single bed. It has instead got two different beds, first aid box, small can of foods, small bottle of water, and a spare machine gun for in case the truck comes under attack and they need to fire it, I don't know, out the side windows or something. They can pick that up, put it on, fire off some rounds at the approaching enemies. So there's that, and then of course there's a way to just get into the seat, or theoretically there would be in real life. And then of course there's bars just at the back as well. The legs I've modified to steel because, well, it's very important that they're steel legs. You've got some steel spare wheels. One is there, one is also here on the back of the truck. A couple of military wheels have had to be salvaged in order to make up a couple of the wheels of the truck. Also, there's a bit of metal reconstruction from where the truck suffered battle damage and whatnot, and just other superficial-ish damage when the survivors found it. On this side, all the wheels are perfectly fine. These things under here, they're spare fuel, so that you've got two medium-sized fuel tanks, which would be hooked up to the main fuel tank of the truck to give it a greatly extended driving range. So if they need to go on a long road trip to get out of their original base or something, they can with the extended fuel tanks that are just mounted underneath the trailer. On here as well, there's another little bit of salvaged military vehicle, salvaged military truck. For example, the green mudguard and also the military wheel again. This has been completely rebuilt at the back of the truck here. So there's this just plate which covers the two steel spare wheels that they've had to put on there with no hubcaps or anything, unlike the military truck or indeed the regular original wheels. So there's that. Ladder to get up top, and we'll go up top a bit later. Ladder which swings to get in. You got spare parts down the bottom as well. Again, another steel spare wheel has had to be mounted on the back here. And yeah, the legs are still fully operational and whatnot. So there's that. And then if we get into the truck here, as you can see, pitch still lowers the legs, as you can see, so we can detach from the trailer should we so wish. Not only that, but if you press Alt and then use steering, the rear hatch here will open, and there's some tools and some spare parts for emergency on the road repairs to the truck, and that can just open like so. Obviously, if this were real life, you would have to make sure that the truck was not open. The back door was not open, or at least those people getting out would get out before the spare parts thing was open, because as you will see when I open the rear hatch, as you can see, the ladder swings inwards like so. But yeah, we'll get to that a bit later. This has had to be patched up, but there's also a better reason for that being patched up. But now we come to the ladder here. As you can see, the ladder has had to be slightly modified in order to actually avoid the wheels. So yeah, bit of a weird ladder effect there, but then goes up to the top. Got a grip on up top, which you can then hop over. Got some spare batteries here, just some car batteries, just in case. You never know, the truck may need, I don't know, an extra bit of battery power. 2 large water tanks for all of your watery needs. It's got a crane in order to get things up here, for example the supply boxes, or indeed these cans. And this can be operated by someone up top. If I just teleport up here, you just need to sort of teleport up, position yourself correctly, there you go, and then you can walk around a little bit up here. But as you can see, these buttons correspond to the crane. So turn obviously turns the crane like so, and it can rotate 180 degrees, so 90 degrees either way of neutral position like so. You can raise this arm here in order to or well, you can raise and lower the arm for, oh, didn't mean to do that. Oh, there you go. So yeah, you can raise and lower the arm to help you get some of these cans and stuff on and off, and then you can raise and lower the hook, as you can see. There we go. So it's fully operational. It's all automatic. Well, not really automatic, but you can control it from up here. It's got a bit of tungsten there just as counterweight, so yeah, there's that. And yeah, random boxes of extra supplies, a lot of first aid kits. You've got random drums of, I don't know, paraffin, whatever is needed. You've got some tea rations. Lots of this is reused stuff from some of my previous builds. So of course you've got the tea rations from the military supply truck. You've got some coolers from I think it's the battle bus actually that I took those from. You've got some boxes of ammo, which I've used on countless things. You've got some jerry cans as well up here, which I've also used on numerous things as well. So so yeah, that is that. If I don't do that and the truck is dead, whoops. So we're back with the truck. Yeah, but if I press Alt and then use my mouse to control pitch and yaw, as you can see, I can move the turret up and down. And as you can see, there is the extent of the movement range of the machine guns. And as you can see, they fire just like so. I can almost hit the camera. But yeah, so once again, you can also sit in the seat as well. Here's your view as turret gunner. So yeah, there's that. But now of course we come to the main event, which is of course, we just lower the legs there, which is of course the back of the truck itself. So by pressing Alt and then using pitch, that's how it works. So the ladder will swing in whilst the door opens, thus allowing people to get in and the door to be out of their way by the time that they've climbed up the ladder. So there is that. So you would sort of hop onto the ladder and you would hop up, and then if I just get back into the truck, there you go, press Q to turn on the lights there. We can now see better inside. Right, sorry about that, but yeah, so inside you've got another cooler, you've got all of the things that you would need. For example, you've got an oven here which you can turn on with a button that's just hidden in there, switch, so you can turn that on. You've got a sink here with a tap and whatever. You've got a chest of tools. You've also got a bench with a vise, and you've also got a can of brick roll, which is what I've called, which is what I've parodied of Castrol. So you've got just a bit there of oil, just a small can of oil, reused from that's reused from my 1930s garage, as is the vise, as is those actually toolboxes. And then up here you've just got a cabinet up here which would just to store some simple food. So from right now you can live in here. It's a bit cramped, as you can see, with just a single walkway, but you can live in here with the oven. You've got this bunk bed system here, which, as you can see, 4 bunk beds down below, 4 bunk beds on top. Just got to be careful not to sit bolt upright, otherwise you'll bash your head. With a whole bunch of .303 ammo for the machine guns. So there's all that on a little lip, which is then supported by the other side of the box cart here. I've changed all the sides to panelling just to make it feel a little bit more open. And then coming down to the back of the Battletruck, up here you've got a office-style water cooler, you've got some military drums, and then down here you've got a very rusty pallet truck, which is just kept with the brake on, underneath a pallet which has got a whole load of petrol, as you can just about see from the label there, a whole load of petrol there, plus some extra jerry cans of petrol. So this thing is not only a battle truck, it's also a decent living home. You could comfortably get about 11 people in here. You could probably get more, probably get over 20 if you rotate out who's sleeping and who's actually standing and doing stuff. So you can have a whole little survival community placed right within this battle bus, or battle truck rather, and by using Alt and acceleration, Alt and throttle, you can raise and lower the protective thing here, which we will need once I actually raise the feet here. There we go. So I will now, just for the final thing, I will demonstrate the counter-rotating blades here, which look very menacing to both humans and zombies alike. And we will just turn into the zombies here. Hopefully we aren't going to miss them. No, it will be just about on level. No, we won't. Let me just straighten up then. There we go. Lower that down again. Right, let's do this properly. So, as you can see, if I slow it down right here, the points are pretty much at head and leg level. So, here we go. It absolutely tears through these zombies, forging a path very nicely for the battle truck to follow. And as you can see, there's shards of zombies absolutely everywhere. Run into this guy, smack, look at him, he exploded. It's pretty sweet, to be fair. But yeah, so this thing absolutely tears through the zombies. It's a machine, it's big, it's scary. It can go pretty much anywhere. It absolutely tears through hordes of zombies, as you can see, bits and pieces going everywhere. Here's the view from up front. You can not quite see the counter-rotating blades there, but it'll even tear apart vehicles as well if you're not careful. You'll probably lose some of the spikes, but yeah, it can tear through zombies and vehicles and people very easily. Nothing much stops it. Here's just the view of the side lights there. Yeah, they're in a bit of a state of disrepair. But yeah, that is the Battletruck. This is coming up to be probably my most popular vehicle, and I'm fine with that. The battle bus has had its moment in the limelight, and it is a glorious machine, but I think the Battletruck just about takes it for the, well, everything really. But yeah, so that is the Battletruck. I will thank you all for watching, and goodbye.